Hey, what's up guys? In today's video we're going to be speaking about why Call of Duty is dying at an alarming rate, and there's nothing that we can do to fix it. Not even Treyarch can save it at this point from itself. We're going to be going through a couple of reasons why I think it's dying and what can be done to solve it, but probably won't be done. So keep in mind that Treyarch does fall liable to some of these problems. So if you enjoy the video, leave a like and subscribe. If you don't enjoy the video, don't leave a dislike and don't subscribe. So for the first point, I'm going to have to go with something that I think affects the game really badly, and that's going to be the release schedule. So I'd say this is affects the game very poorly, because just as a CoD game is reaching its peak, another game is released, and it kind of makes the previous game void. So every time a CoD game is going to come out, people are going to be like, should I buy this one? Because it'll just be dead in under 9 months. So I think this has a very negative impact on the fan base and the community and how many people buy the game and how many people play the game. And that's it for the release date, release schedule. So let's move on to the next point. So for the next point, I'm gonna have to go with paid DLC. Now I'm not saying paid DLC is completely a problem. I mean, I've bought the majority of the paid DLC for CoD games and even for other games, but now it's not so much as paid DLC being a problem, but it's so much as paid DLC affecting free DLC, because like in CoD games we only get paid DLC. There's no free DLC that's free for everyone. Like if CoD were to release, I'd say, paid DLCs with map packs, as well as release free map packs and free zombies maps, that would make a big difference in the community and the game's lifespan. So having both paid DLC and free DLC will benefit the entire game and probably end up in the game having a longer lifespan, because as players grow tired of current maps, they'll be getting free and paid maps on DLC packs. So that's going to be it for this point. Let's move on to the next. So for the next point, I'm going to have to go with the fact that Treyarch, Infinity Ward, Sledgehammer Games and Activision are too afraid to take risks. They feel they have a formula that works. They just release a very similar game every year. They're too scared to take a risk and say, oh, what if we do this? It's different, but it's new. It could be exciting. It could be good, although it could be bad. But it's majority of the time it will probably be better than worse. And I think them not taking risks is as well a reason that we get basically the same game every year, the same CoD. It's different, but like they keep the same formula and same gameplay instead of updating it, and I think that is big. It's a big factor of them not taking risks. So that's what I think is a reasonable reason. I think if they just took a little more risks, the game would probably be a hell of a lot more fun and wouldn't be stale after such a long play, or like 2 hours or something. So that's going to be it for this point. So now let's talk about how we can resolve these problems. So what I'd go with is, I'd say instead of a CoD game releasing every year, I'd say release a CoD game every 2.5 years and have 8 DLCs, like with the normal 3 multiplayer maps and a zombies map, but 4 of these DLCs will be free and 4 of them will be paid. Therefore the community that is willing to pay for the maps is happy. Activision makes money. The community that doesn't have the money to, the part of the community that doesn't have the money to buy these map packs, they're happy. The game is out for 2.5 years before the next CoD comes out. A lot of people will get it. The sales on this game will be a lot better. Because people will still be buying it in a year's time, and I think that would make a big difference. And then they should just like take risks. I mean, change things up, like change gameplay mechanics, just change anything really. Like they get like bombarded for copying other games, but add drivable vehicles, maybe make the maps bigger. Like, I know that's not the Call of Duty we know, but that could be really interesting. Just see them change it up a bit, you know. Change is always good, except when it isn't. So I think that if CoD just follows simple steps like these, that they could really get back in the market. Like, I know they still sell millions of copies, but they could probably double sales. They could attract players that don't even like the Call of Duty franchise. So that's going to be it for today's video. Drop a dislike and unsubscribe if you didn't enjoy it, and if you enjoyed it, drop a like, subscribe, do whatever you want. It doesn't really matter, and see you in the next video.